I've been meaning to do this video for quite a while. As far as I know, it's the first of its kind. It takes you through a dig site and shows you every find that was found there, and it will give you an idea of what you can expect at these kind of historical places. As far as I know, I was the first person there, and judging by the amount of half dollars and large good signals that I had, I'm going to guess it's correct that I was the first one to be there. This camp is now operated by the Community of Christ. Before that, it was a camp for the Reformed Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. My family donated this in about 1930, and it's a sprawling 80-acre estate. It's an amazing place to find coins. There's coins just about everywhere. In ditches along the fences, between the cabins. It's quite an amazing place to dig. There were layers of coins. I would find a coin and I would put my metal detector down to dig it, and as I was putting my metal detector down, the motion would ding on another coin. It took a very long time. This is over a year excavation, hours, hundreds of hours that went into this. My hope is that not just you metal detecting lovers will enjoy this video, but hopefully some people that went to the Blue Water Reunion grounds as a child might find this and enjoy going through what was left there from their stay. And I encourage anyone who does metal detect to make videos and post them, especially of locations and things like that, because if we just go and take the coins out and take the relics out, it's lost to history. And if we record them, then perhaps at a later time, a historian or something that wants to investigate this area can go through and see the artifacts that were left there, and we preserve the history for future generations. And I think that's something that is our duty to do. And I encourage all of you to start doing that. And not to mention, it's a fun way to share your finds and to connect with other people. And you can brighten someone's day with the videos. It's the right thing to do.
Okay, I'm back down here in the swampy area of the camp. Not fun to dig down here, lots of mud, but if you're getting good stuff, I mean, how can you not? Now, I've been digging here for about a half hour. Just got a hole with a silver rim poking out of it. Haven't looked at it yet. Let's see here. Now, the last two silvers I've gotten, let's see if I can get that to focus, have been Canadian silvers. Both 1940. So let's see what this one is. Looks like a silver Washington. As always, I don't mind rubbing silver Washingtons. 1943. I'll take it. Alright, I just found a silver Washington about where that sign was. I found two silver Canadians. Near that path. And I just got an 85 signal. And then the plug there. Got a silver, at least what I think is a silver rim poking out. Guess we will see together. $1944 silver Washington. Alrighty, I found two silver Washingtons near that sign and about halfway between the sign and where I am now. And I just picked up a couple nickels. One was a 41, and I'm not sure on my war nickels. I'm not sure if that one has silver content or not. I'll have to research that when I get home. But I got another signal here, and it was a nickel. And quite honestly, I did look at it because I've been getting so many waste nickels around here. But that looks like a buffalo. Don't know if I'll be able to get a date yet. I've gotten 2 buffaloes so far in my history metal detecting, and both of them I've been able to get dates off of. I'm not gonna rub this one, but I know for sure it's a buffalo, and I'll get a date for you later, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to try a little bit of a live dig here. I usually don't do live digs, mostly because nobody wants to watch me dig. But I'm getting a lot of good coins here, and there's a good chance that this is something decent. It's coming up about an 85, 86. I mean, that's looking silver Washington-ish. And my depth meter is topped out, so we'll see what we get here. Got the plug dug here. Giving me about an 88, which is higher than Washington. I got a $50 recently. That was closer to 90. This is probably junk, but we'll see. Oh, I see silver. Maybe you can't. Right here. Another silver Washington. $1934. This is just nuts. The plug is sitting right where I dug the hole for the silver Washington I just took out. I'm walking 2 steps and getting a silver coin. I'm not getting any wheat pennies. Got a buffalo nickel. This place is pretty amazing. I haven't been coming here for a long time because I thought I got everything. I was out in front of the camp for a long time. Got probably 20 silvers out there. And now, in this plug, I have an 82, which is a good American silver dime signal. I've been getting Canadian dimes, and they're about 81 to 80. So we'll see if this is a silver dime. Of course, since I'm so haughty, I'm sure karma will catch up with me. Looks like a Merc. And I've been trying not to rub these, so I won't rub this one. I'll get a date for you later. But it's certainly a Merc. This is starting to get unbelievable. I've gotten a buffalo, a mercury dime, 2 silver Canadian dimes, 3 silver Washingtons. I just got several wheat pennies, and now I have another silver actually. I was about an 84 signal, which is lower than a Washington quarter. I haven't looked at it. It looks about the size of a quarter. Maybe it's a Canadian quarter. Oh, misjudged the size. It's a Merc, but you know what? I'll take it. Nice looking Merc. Wonder why it rang up so high. I just figured out why the mercury dime rang up so high, and that's because we got a coin spill. I think it's a penny, but you know what? A coin spill is a coin spill. Yeah, I'll try to get a date for you in a minute. It's very dirty, but it's probably a wheat. Okay. I just got a good 82, 83, signal somewhere in there. A little jumpy up to 85. And that looks like a Merc. I'd know a Merc anywhere. Forgive me. Looks pretty worn. Oh, you can still see some bands. 43. Common year. But, Merc's Merc. Merc, Merc. Okay, my heart's kind of skipping a beat. I can't even believe this. I mean, I've gotten probably 9 silvers in the last 45 minutes. And I got this signal. Again, I mean, I think I'm going to wake up at any moment here. 90. It's not coming in great, but 90, 91. That's a $50 signal. I just got a Walking Liberty recently. And I see one heck of a rim poking out. Could be a quarter, masquerading as a $50. But you know what? Even a silver quarter, I'll take it. Last one was a Walking Liberty. So is this one. $1939. Can't even believe this. Wow. A lot more worn than the other one I got, but wow. Down here in a little meadow area where they used to have campfires at a 1930s, 40s, 50s camp, I got 3 silver quarters, 5 silver dimes, a Walking Liberty $50 out of here, and just got this signal. Solid 90, which my previous experience has been a Walking Liberty $50. I peek down in the hole and there's a little silver poking out. Maybe little silver isn't the word. That is another Walking Lib. I'm not gonna rub it, but let's see here. 1920 is what it looks like. Oh, I can't do it. But yeah, looks very worn, but for an older Walking Lib, I'll take it. It's a new day. I'm back out here at this meadow. It's about 11. And I have another good signal. $85, $86, which usually is a Washington quarter. I haven't been getting much high tone trash at all around here. Looks like silver to me. That is a silver Washington. Looks like a corroded silver Washington, 1952. Not bad at all. Alrighty, I got an 82 signal, and in my experience that's usually an American silver dime. We got a little piece of silver poking out of the hole, well, plug I should say, and I haven't checked it yet. I've been getting all mercs out of here and Canadian dimes, but this isn't the Canadian dime signal. So we'll see if that's a merc. And it is. $19.45. And I don't see a mint mark. Not bad at all. I was chasing an 80s signal and I didn't even get the camera out because I figured 80 is a wheat penny. And I'm in here playing around with my pinpointer. And I see silver poking out. So far I've gotten only mercs down here. It looks like we have a silver rosy. $19.53. Okay, it's another day. I'm back in this little meadow area of the campground. This part's cut into the woods, so it looks like they used it for something. Just got this signal. 88, 90, 91, something around there. It's a $50 signal. And I looked in the hole. And there's what appears to be a $50 in there. I think I see a Liberty Bell, so this looks like a Franklin. 1952. Not bad at all. I'll clean it up and get some pictures for you. I'm about 2 feet where I found the from where I found the $50. And I'm getting a 80, and it's kind of jumpy. Somewhere between an 82 and an 85. And I look in the hole. And I have silver. Don't know what it is quite yet. Looks like a silver rosy. Oops. 1950. Not bad. I'm here at a plug I've dug before, and I scanned it again, and I got a quarter signal. And I actually thought of not looking at it because usually I try to remove trash, but if it's too large to remove, I leave it in there, and so I could get a signal in one of my plugs. But I decided, since it was so close to a quarter signal, I'd take a look at it. And when I started digging around, I found silver. But not just any silver. The most dilapidated standing Liberty you have ever seen in your life. But a standing lib is a standing lib, I guess. obviously dateless. Let's see if it has the stars. Yep, so it's a type 2. Yeah, but you know what? A standing lib, I'll take it. I'm back at the campground site where I've gotten a lot of stuff. This is just the place that keeps on giving. And it's late fall. It's about October 21st-ish. And before I had noticed this cabin, which looked pretty old, but I'd never gotten anything around here. And I was walking through, and I got this signal. Let's hold it right to the ground. A 90 signal. And it was 2 inches deep, so I'm thinking can, you know, piece of aluminum, something like that, because nothing good is going to be 2 inches deep. And I'm feeling around with my pinpointer, and I can't find anything in the cloud here, and I can't find anything in the hole. And I go over here on the side, and out pops big silver. Forgive me, I'm recording this on the iPad and it's pretty glary. Came out this clean too. I believe it's a 1944. Oops. Not bad. You never know, it's going to be 2 inches deep. All the $50 and really most of the stuff that I've ever gotten. And I came out here in the woods. I used to camp here. There weren't any buildings, so there's not a lot of trash or anything, which is nice. Ooh, a squirrel. What do you know? Anyway, got a decent signal here, and it looks like it's a war nickel. Silver, silver. 43, and I'll get a mint mark for you. Maybe now. What is that? P. P is the answer. Not bad at all. Towards the edge of the camp here, that's a semi-major road, whatever. As you can see, very thick in here, which is why I'm here in the early spring, where the weeds aren't so bad. And it looks like we have another war nickel. Really killing it with the war nickels today. $1943, I believe. Yep, 43. And this one is also a P. Not bad at all.
Yeah, as you can see, I kind of nicked that one with a shovel. You'll never remember the extra 30 seconds you took digging a hole, but you'll always remember the scratch across the front of your coin.
Alrighty, I'm about at the border between the camp and the woods here. And I got a decent 82 signal. Let's see here. And it looks like we have us a mark. I'll get it cleaned up, see if I can get a date and a mint mark for you. For a long time may recognize this as the campfire site. And that's what it is. I found another coin down here, and I don't know if it's because I just got that 5x8 coil or because I just happened to miss it last time. But I've been over here pretty thoroughly, so I don't know, maybe we could say that it's a 5x8. Looks like we have a silver reeded edge. Silver Washington. Looks like 1956. I'll get it cleaned up, see if we get a mint mark, and get some pictures for you. Reunion grounds for this evening, and I was getting a signal, about an 82 signal, and it was saying basically it was a surface find. And I'm like, well, surface usually isn't going to have any silver, but an 82 is a pretty good silver signal. So I got down here, that's not very deep at all, and it looks like I have a silver. Practically a surface find. This is, oh boy, not much light left. A little bit hard to get a good picture. 46, I think. 48. And don't see a mint mark. Not a bad find. This is just a few feet from where I found the 48 dime, basically on the surface. And I was getting what I thought might be a zinc penny signal. But those Indians are awful close to that zinc. When I finally got it up, it was probably about 5 inches. Turns out to be an Indian. Let's see if I can get this to focus. 1892, and I believe you can read the Liberty on it. Very good find. Don't get a lot of 1800s. This is my second 1800s of the year. Getting pretty dark now. Been at the camp, I've been quite a bit. Got a really good silver signal down here. It was an 83, somewhere around there. And you can see it right there in the clod. I haven't looked at it yet. Silver reeded edge. The reeds look to be in pretty good shape. So it's probably not terribly worn or not terribly old. Forgive me being out of breath. I ran here. It's in the back of the camp. At any rate, let's see what it is. It's a merc dime. Everything I get seems to be 40s in here, so let's see how that is. Decent shape. Let me read it and tell you. $1935. Pretty old year. Didn't see a mint mark on it. But, very good merc dime. It's a cold and rainy day. It's somewhere around May 5th. I'm back here at the camp, and it's just too cold for me to stay, but in the time I got here, I did get a good little signal down here, probably about an 83, 85 on the AT Pro. And it looks like we have a silver dime. Let's see what it is. Roosevelt. 1960. Woo. I believe it's a 64. But that last number's kind of faded. And it's a D, so we finally got a mint mark.
Not bad at all.
Signal here, and it wasn't very deep at all. I dig it up, and it looked kind of like silver, but it's terribly, terribly worn. So I'm like, maybe it's a new quarter that hasn't had time to lose its shine. It's a barber quarter. Very smooth, but it's a 1904. Second barber out of here. Whoops. New Orleans mint mark. Should mention that I'm at my old stomping grounds. This is we're just where I got the barber quarter from. There's the metal detecting mobile. Anywho, I got a 82 signal, and I came really close to this building. Usually there's a lot of iron audio, so I just avoid it. But today I'm like, you know what? I'm desperate. I can dig through the iron audio and find the good signals. And it turns out I did. Again, not a very deep signal, and if I'm not mistaken, it is in this clod. There it is. I haven't looked at it yet, of course, but that sure looks to be a silver edge to me. Like packed on there. Looks like we got a Merc. Looks to be a pretty good shape Merc too. $1940. Don't know if there's a mint mark, but it looks to be in good shape, so I don't want to scratch it. I'll see for you at home. Got a 80 signal here, just a plain 80 signal, nothing special. And I opened it up and I saw silver in the hole. And what it appears to be is a very, very worn dime. Now, I have been guilty in the past of cherry picking and not digging penny signals. But if you don't dig your penny signals, you're gonna miss the worn dimes, which are usually the oldest dimes you get. Looks like we got a Merc. $1924. Not bad at all. I don't think it has a mint mark. That's a good dig. Well, I found some good coins here, but I'm still bummed. Summer camp starts up in a couple of days, and this is going to be off limits till the fall, so it's kind of became my home away from home, so I hate to say goodbye to it. But I suppose let's see the last coins of the summer. Going very close to the cabins here. I figured I might be able to rustle up some silver coins going close to the cabins. And it worked out. Looks like we have a Merc. No mint mark. I don't think. That is a... $44? Yep, 1944 Merc. I'll clean it up at home, get some pictures for you guys. And the other coin's pretty close to here, so I think I'll just walk instead of making another video. Looks like we got another coin. I haven't looked at the date yet. I'm pretty sure it's a Merc. I'd recognize the snout of a Merc anywhere. $1935. No mint mark. Not bad at all. Summer ending, but summer ending does have some benefits, mainly that I get to go back to summer camps. Now, I was moseying along here, and I got this signal, which is pretty much a quarter signal. It wasn't dreadfully deep, but I've been getting 40s wheat pennies at about 2 inches, so I'm gonna guess this item is relatively deep. And I was thinking, you know, either a clad or a silver quarter. But it's not. It's a ring. And I'm going to bet dollars to donuts this is silver. Let me see if I can find a... Looks like it has writing. Yep, it says sterling. Not bad at all. Probably a child's ring, and I'm gonna guess it has some age to it. Back here at the old camp, and I got a 77 signal. It's a penny signal, and I probably ignored it for a very long time because it's just a penny signal, and who wants to dig pennies, right? But it's not a penny. Is it a half dime? No, I wish it was a half dime. But it is not. It is, however, the smallest piece of silver I've ever seen in my life. Let's see if I can get that to focus. If you can't read that on the periphery, which I'm going to guess you can't, it says Reorganized Church of the Latter-day Saints, which makes sense because I'm at a Latter-day Saints camp. The Latter-day Saints are nice enough to let me in. The Catholics don't let me go to their camps. So if anyone out there happens to know the Pope and thinks you can get some strings pulled for me, just hit me up in the comments. Other than that, that is a beautiful find. And we're back where we left off last year. If you've watched my previous videos, you know this is the exact spot I stood when I set out. Summer camp starts up in a couple of days, and this is going to be off limits till the fall. So it's kind of became my home away from home, so I hate to say goodbye to it. But of course, summer's coming to an end now, and I'm back. I've been getting some crazy, crazy coins out of here. And I've been over this place an unbelievable amount of times. Looks like we got one right there. I must have gotten an honest 75 silver coins out of this camp. It's just outrageous. Looks like we got a Merc. Hello, Merc. 42. And I don't see a mint mark. Not bad at all. Now this looks like it'd be a good detecting spot, right? Really old cabins. And it is a pretty darn good spot. Again, I've been over this place a lot of times. And looks like we got another silver. Merc. Let's get a date there. 1942. And no mint mark, but it looks like we got some pretty good bands on that. But just like at the Boy Scout camp, I got another interesting signal. So we'll do a bit of a live session here. I'll try to get the signal for you, and then I'll dig it up. Let's see if I can pinpoint that. $83, $85, $83, $85. So that should be a silver coin, most likely a dime. So I'll dig it up and tell you what it is. Alrighty, it looks like we're still getting a good 82, 83 with it out of the hole. So we'll see what we got here. Ooh, I see an edge. I still don't get how I keep finding silver here over and over and over again. Looks like a Merc. 1942. Boy, we love that date. And I don't see a mint mark again, so 3 Mercs. Not bad at all. And that close to the other one, too. If I didn't know better, I'd say that people were planting these for me. So that is the first hole. That is the second hole. And I got another good signal. I mean, I've been over this place and over the... I really... had kind of a loss for words here. Again, I mean, I don't know if I've said this on video yet, but my family donated this camp in the early 1900s. So maybe a little karma? I don't know. Again, 83, 85. I mean, that's silver dime, and that's a deep signal, so I guess we'll see again. Well, folks, we got skunked. Had to happen sometime. A piece of junk. Oh, wait. You don't say. I found this first, and I totally thought it was junk. This is not metallic. It looks metallic, but it's not. Anyway, of course, the silver dime's under it. Another Merc. This one is a 29. Is that a 29? Here, the stock market crashed. And I don't know if we're going to get a mint mark. You know, that was a really, really high reading for a worn silver dime. But it was pretty deep. 1929. Whew. Never-ending camp. This place just never runs out of silvers, and hopefully one day I'm going to make a compilation video of every coin I've found here. It should include, I mean, 70 silvers or so. And that's not even every find I've found. Some of them, of course, I'm way back in the middle of the woods and I don't want to go grab my iPad, but I try to get most of them. Way down here, tucked under a root. Looks like we got a little Merc in there. I think. Come on. Haha, Merc. Let's see here. Looks like we got some bands. And let's see if we can get a date here. 1943. And I don't see a mint mark. So that's a pretty good Merc find. A little ways from where I got that other one. Looks like we got another little silver dime. And it's always interesting when they do this. Stuck in the clod like that. Because then it's like unwrapping a Christmas present. Let's see here. That is certainly silver, no doubt about that. Boop, boop, boop. Looks like we got a Rosie. 1946. No mint mark. Not a bad find at all. Took me down because quite honestly it just doesn't know how. I was going along these cabins and you see that there's an electrical box here, and I try not to get too close to those. which is probably why I missed this signal for so long. But I hit it today and I said, you know, that's a pretty isolated signal. I don't think it's connected at all to the electrical post. And it turned out to be a quarter signal, and it was around 3 inches, but everything's really shallow here. So I'm like, you know, very possible that's a silver quarter. And that's just what it was. $1942. And let's see if we can get a mint mark. Well, looks like we can't get a mint mark because there wasn't a mint mark to be had. Pretty good find. Way over on the other side of the camp now, and I got a pretty good 82 signal. And I think we got a little merc sitting down there. I think I saw the X on the back. And it is a... Let's reverse things. Let's look for a mint mark first. Might have a mint mark. Let me check that. But as for a date, we got a 1940. And I don't believe it has a mint mark. Looks to be in pretty decent shape. Church there. Bear in mind, looks can be deceiving. That church actually used to be on the other side of the highway and they moved it. A little tip there for you. But at any rate, of course, I'm still at this campground. And about 10 feet from where I got the 1940 merc, I got another silver dime sticking out. Don't know if this is a merc or rosy or what have you, but we'll find out. Looks like a merc. And this one is a 1942 with a D mint mark. Two mercs about 10 feet away from each other. Back here at this camp, and I'm by this building. I got a $50 out in this yard, but I'm back here today and I picked up a bit of a nickel signal. Dug it up and it looked a little shiny, which means we probably have a silver nickel. Let's see here. Low light conditions. The iPad does not like low light conditions. 1942. Looks like we got a P mint mark. Not bad at all. Straight on this time. Got a 83 signal, 82 maybe. And it looks like, poking out there, we got ourselves a silver dime. Although, I did speak a little soon because I don't know exactly where it is, and I left my pinpointer in the car. Well, this might take a minute. I'll get back to you. Side of the hole. Looks like we got a merc. Always love mercs. And the date is 1937. I believe so. Let's see, I don't see a mint mark right off, but that's an older merc and it looks like it's in decent shape. Can certainly see some bands at least.
I'll get it cleaned up and hopefully get some pictures.
My faithful viewers, which I'm sure all of you are, may recognize this as the campfire site. It's actually a little bit further down from where they had campfires, but I'm sure there was some cross traffic. Open the cloud here. Looks like we got a little dime sticking out. Merc. $1944. And estimate mark. Looks decently worn, but not bad. Alrighty, I've moved to the front of the camp, away from where I believe the older part was. There's the tabernacle, a giant building. And I was getting some wheat pennies here, you know, 40s, 50s, nothing major. And I got this signal. 72, 70, I mean, it was maybe a new penny that's been corroded, something like that, and I thought I'd dig it just in case it was a huge gold ring or something. It wasn't a gold ring, but it was something kind of interesting, you know. I didn't even recognize it at first. Perhaps it's a little too corroded to see. Well, that's not bad. An 1893 Indian. My first Indian ever. I really didn't think this area was that old. It just teaches you. Dig your weird signals. I'm still in this camping area. There's the tabernacle. I found an Indian penny somewhere near here, but that's kind of an anomaly. Most of the coins I'm getting are 40s, 50s, somewhere in there. I just got an 82 signal, which again, in my experience, is a silver dime. Popped it out, and it was sitting right on top of the plug. $1952 Rosie. I'm at an old camp. I think I might be where they used to have campfires. And see if I can get this. I have a pretty good mercury dime signal, and I've gotten about 6 already, so let's see if this is a merc. Let's see if I can get a date for you real quick. 1944. Alrighty, I'm right by the spot where I got the mercury dime. Right over there. Still in this little area. Still think it might have been the campfire location, but I don't really know. Everything I get seems to be old in this area. I just dug a plug. I had a pretty good signal. Actually ended up being in the corner, but let's see if I can get that signal for you. Really choppy. I'll give you a hint. I already saw it in the edge. Down the hole again. Don't want to reveal it too soon. Oh, I don't want to lose it either. But just suggest my pinpoint. It is silver. This is a Washington. Silver Washington, 1941. Haven't got one of those yet. I don't mind rubbing it because it's a Washington quarter. Boy, those are shiny when they come out of the ground. Alrighty, I got another pretty good signal here. Slightly jumpy, but the average seems to be around 82. And in my experience, an 82 is a silver dime. So, we'll see if I can find it with a pinpointer real quick. That would be the easiest way, right? And we can't. It must be deeper. Which is good, because that lowers the chance that it's a clad dime. That's actually not great, because 81 is more of a clad dime. Ooh. Looks like another silver rosy. If I can get a date for you. I don't think I can catch it on camera, I'll just tell you. 54. Still at this camp, I'm more towards the front part now. Just dug this hole. I'm at horseshoes, where they played horseshoes. Horseshoes, of course, it's an older game, so I was hoping there'd be older stuff here. Popped this out of the hole. Old ring. It's 14 karat gold filled, so I mean there's virtually no gold in there. But still cool to find rings. I found a lot of gold filled rings. Hopefully one of these will turn out to be gold. Well, I'm back at this camp that's been open since about the 1930s. Some other areas didn't pan out. I haven't been here for a while, but I've gotten a large amount of Mercury dimes, Roosevelt, silver quarters. And I had about an 82 signal. Everything's shallow here, 2 inches, 3 inches. And I see a silver ring, or a silver rim poking out. Haven't looked at what it is yet. We'll do that together. Looks like a silver Roosevelt. 54. I am literally 2 feet from where I had the last hole. It's been 30 seconds and I got another signal. I've been over this area pretty substantially. I don't know how I missed these. I always teach you to go back to your old spots. I have another silver rim poking out. Now I've gotten Mercs and Roosevelts here, so I don't really know what this one's going to be. The one right next to it was a Roosevelt. This one seemed to be a little bit deeper. Another silver rosy. $52. Take it. Okay, there are the last 2 holes where I got the silver rosies. Moved over just a little bit. And I was chasing an 80 signal and I didn't pay much attention to it because usually that's a wheat penny. And then I'm playing around with my pinpointer and that pops out. Boy, that silver is almost too shiny to record. You know, I don't think that I am going to rub that. I'll just get a date for you later. It looks really worn. It's probably older than the other ones. I'm in the middle of the woods. Apparently the kids used to camp out here in the woods. Apparently camping at camp wasn't quite enough for them. And you can see it is just awful in here. It's terrible to metal detect. There's berry briars everywhere. It's late October 2014 to make it better. And it's Michigan, so it's very cold, but can't keep a good metal detector down. Well, I was finding a lot of wheat pennies, and you know when you find a lot of wheat pennies, there's probably a silver somewhere. $91, $92, $88, $90. I think you all know what that means by now. I dug really deep and I didn't realize it was in the side of the hole. You can probably see it there sticking out. That is a Walking Liberty half. I believe that says 1942, but I'll get it cleaned up, see if there's a mint mark, get some pictures for you guys. If you can see through the tree line there, that's the campfire spot. Tabernacle's up there. And here in this little wooded area, I got a good signal. It was about 6 inches and it was a quarter signal, so I'm like, well, if it's a quarter and not junk, it should be silver. Popped it out and it looks pretty silvery to me. And not just as a silver quarter. That is the first barber quarter of the year. I'll clean it up. Quite honestly, I probably could rub it because it looks extremely worn, but just for the sake of living by my motto, I guess I'll clean it up at home. I'm back at the 1930s camp, and I've had a really good day today. I've been over this place a lot, and it's actually surprising what you can still get. This is my 4th silver of the day, and I just got a barber quarter, first one of the year. And now I have another silver quarter. I didn't look at it yet. but it has what looks like a non-reeded edge. And that's usually, certainly not a Washington. Possibly a Barber. I'm not sure if Standings did, but we'll see what this is. Let's see here. Standing. Not bad at all. Probably going to be dateless. Let's see if I can pick up anything. Nope, looks pretty dateless to me. But that's certainly not bad. I'll have to see type 1, type 2. I don't remember it all off the top of my head. This is an area where they put cabins in the 60s, about 30 years after the camp started. The cabins didn't last very long. They tore them down. It was an inhospitable region, flooded in the spring, and just a terrible mess, and now it's pretty overgrown. But on the edge of the wooded area, got a little silver. Forgive me, the iPad's glaring and I can hardly see what I'm getting a video of. Not bad, looks silver to me. Silver Rosy. 1947. Don't see a mint mark. Back to my car. I got another signal and another silver. This is 5 for the day. I've been out for about an hour and a half, and I have come to this place many days and got absolutely nothing. So I don't know. I guess luck's on my side today. I better walk slowly to my car. Silver Rosy. $54. Don't see a mint mark. This is the little bluff where I found the standing Liberty Quarter, and it looks like a good place to hang out, so I figured people back in the day used to hang out here. We're kind of in the backyard of the cabins. It goes down to a meadow, and the cabins are on top of a hill. Don't know how well you can hear because it's pretty windy, but I got a good little signal down here, and it was actually near the top, so I was thinking it was going to be clad. But it looks like we got a nice little Silver Rosy there. $1946. No mint mark, I don't believe. Yeah, but that's a nice little silver coin. Getting pretty dark now. Been to the camp, I've been quite a bit. Got a really good silver signal down here. It was an 83, somewhere around there. And you can see it right there in the clod. I haven't looked at it yet. Silver reeded edge. The reeds look to be in pretty good shape. So it's probably not terribly worn or not terribly old. Forgive me being out of breath. I ran here. It's in the back of the camp. At any rate, let's see what it is. It's a Merc dime. Everything I get seems to be 40s in here, so let's see how that is. Decent shape. Let me read it and tell you. $1935. Pretty old year. Didn't see a mint mark on it. But very good Merc dime. It's a cold and rainy day. It's somewhere around May 5th. I'm back here at the camp, and it's just too cold for me to stay, but in the time I got here, I did get a good little signal down here, probably about an 83, 85 on the AT Pro. And it looks like we have a silver dime. Let's see what it is. Roosevelt. 1960. Woo. I believe it's a 64. But that last number's kind of faded. And it's a D, so we finally got a mint mark. Not bad at all. It's December 22nd in Michigan, 2014. You can see Lake Huron over there. We're on the lake. This was an old campground. This field used to have several cabins. They burned down in the 1960s. And I was going along this woods. The satellite photo said that the yard here used to extend out to here. And I was going around. I got a 90 signal, not really much anything else in here. And I said, well, if it's a 90 signal, you got to try it, right? And it pinpointed pretty good. And I dug a little bit, and it was saying it was right on top, and it was big. And it looks like it's a walking lib. Looks pretty worn, but $19.20. Not bad at all.